I'm going to read a poem which you might wonder whether it's appropriate for this occasion, but I think it's deeply, deeply appropriate, and I think all of you here will probably recognize the connection. It's by Yeats, and it's called September 1913, and it was his savage response to one of the most shameful episodes in our history, the lockout of 1913, which this year, the centenary, we honour the centenary of the lockout. And it was Yeats's frustration, fury, rage, and above all shame that what we had fought for, what men had died for, the blood that had been shed, that was it for this. Now I feel that the idea of selling our forests to pay off what I call the dirty debts of the banks is as shameful and we must do all within our power to stop this disgraceful act of treachery. So I'm going to read September 1913. What need you, being come to sense, but fumble in a greasy till, and add the halfpence to the pence, and prayer to shivering prayer, until you have dried the marrow from the bone? For men were born to pray and save. Romantic Ireland's dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet they were of a different kind, the names that stilled your childish play. They have gone about the world like wind, but little time had they to pray for whom the hangman's rope was spun, and what, God help us, could they save? Romantic Ireland's dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Was it for this the wild geese spread the grey wing upon every tide? For this that all that blood was shed? For this Edward Fitzgerald died, and Robert Emmet and Wolfe Tone, all that delirium of the brave? Romantic Ireland's dead and gone, it's with O'Leary in the grave. Yet could we turn the years again and call those exiles as they were in all their loneliness and pain, you'd cry, some woman's yellow hair has maddened every mother's son. They weighed so lightly what they gave, but let them be. They're dead and gone. They're with O'Leary in the grave. And now I'm going to say a little jolly one. It's about 8 lines long, and it's a complete contrast to that. And I'll just tell you a tiny little bit of, it's by a woman called Alice Milligan, who was born in Omagh in County Tyrone. And when she was studying as a student in Dublin, she heard Parnell, one of Parnell's speeches, and it radicalised her. It was about land reform. And she became a really important figure in the literary movement, and she became an ardent nationalist and a great, great poet. And she was sort of whitewashed out of history. But this is one of her poems, and it's called There Will Be Trees. Fallen in Erin are all our leafy forests. The oaks lie buried under a bogland mould. Only in legend dim are they remembered. Only in ancient books their fame is told. But seers who dream of times to come have promised forests will rise where perished these. And of this desolate land it shall be spoken in Tyrconnell of the Territories, there are trees.